You ever play a video game and wish the characters could actually, remember you? Like you could have a real conversation that wasn't just the same 3 lines on a loop? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the actual code for a game engine that's trying to do exactly that, creating characters that can genuinely think. I mean, really think about it. For decades, non-player characters, or NPCs, have been the lifeblood of our favorite game world. But let's be honest, they've been kind of robotic. They walk a set path, they say a set line, and their memory just completely resets the second you walk away. But what if we could change all that? What if every single interaction you had actually mattered? And that's exactly the question this project, a game engine called Moulinet, is designed to answer. It's built from the ground up to plug the power of large language models, yeah, the same kind of AI that powers those crazy advanced chatbots, right into the heart of a game. It's all about giving these characters a real brain. And if you take a quick look at its features, you can see just how ambitious this thing is. We're not just talking about a simple dialogue script here. This is a full-blown cross-platform engine. It means a developer can easily plug in a powerful AI model like Mistral 7B, and because it's so modular, they can keep adding new features. It's basically a complete toolkit for building this whole new generation of intelligent games. Okay, so how does it actually work under the hood? Before we can give a character a brain, we first have to build the world it's going to live in. So let's start with the absolute fundamentals, the building blocks of the game at the code level. Everything, and I mean everything, you see on the screen in this engine starts its life as a game object. It doesn't matter if it's the player, an NPC, a rock, a tree, they all begin as this one universal atom of the digital world. It's the foundation for the whole shebang. And the code for this foundation is surprisingly simple. You can see it right here. The initialization function just needs an image and a position, an X and a Y coordinate on the screen. From that, it creates a rectangle to figure out its size. That's it. This is the simple digital DNA of everything in the game. It's just an image and a place to be. So, if everything starts out as a game object, what makes the players so different from an NPC? Well, they might share the same DNA, but their logic is completely different. The player's actions, they're driven by your keyboard input. The game is waiting for you. The NPC, on the other hand, is driven by internal timers and random choices, which lets it move and act completely on its own. All right, so now we have our NPC wandering around on its own, but it's not really intelligent, not yet anyway. So how do we give it a mind? This is where the AI comes in, and it all starts with one absolutely crucial concept: memory. The secret sauce here is a class called the Memory Manager. Its entire job really is to cure NPC amnesia. For every single character, it manages a personal history of all their conversations, and when you close the game and come back later, it just loads up their memories from a simple JSON file so they can pick up right where you left off. And the code shows you exactly how this works. It's so clean. After a chat, a summary gets passed to this add memory function, and it's just tacked onto that character's history. Then, when the game is over, the save all memories function writes everything out to that JSON data file. It is such an elegant solution to what has been a massive problem in gaming for years. And here's the crucial part. This stored memory isn't just some dusty logbook of things that happened. No. It is the fuel for every single future interaction. The engine actively uses this memory to build the context the AI needs to have a real, meaningful, evolving conversation. Just look right here in the code for the get prompt function. This is the magic moment. The very first thing it does is grab the NPC's history from the memory manager. Then it injects that memory variable directly into the prompt it's about to send to the AI. So the NPC's entire life story becomes part of its thought process before it says a single word. It's brilliant. Okay, we've seen all the individual pieces now: the game objects, the memory system, and the prompt construction. So let's connect all the dots. We're going to trace the entire life cycle of a single conversation, from the second you press a button to the moment a brand new memory is created. So here's the full loop. First, you hit the spacebar to talk. The NPC immediately digs into its past memories. Then, it uses that history to build that unique context prompt we just saw. That prompt gets beamed over to the Mistral LLM through an API call, which then generates a totally new response. And finally, this is key, a summary of that conversation gets saved back into its memory, completing the cycle and making the character just a little bit smarter for the next time you talk. This Mistral API function, this is basically the gateway to the AI's brain. It packages up the prompt and the history, then uses an inference client, which is just a tool from the big AI platform Hugging Face, to send it all off to the Mistral 7B model to generate some text.
This function is the actual phone line connecting the game world to this powerful external intelligence. So, after digging through all this code, what does it all really mean for the future of gaming? Let's zoom out for a second and think about the incredible potential a technology like this unlocks for all of us. The most important takeaway here is this. By giving characters a persistent memory of their interactions with you, their personalities are no longer fixed. They become emergent. An NPC could start out as, say, a grumpy blacksmith, but if you're consistently kind to them, their memory of those interactions could genuinely change how they speak to you. They evolved based on their unique personal history with you.
Ultimately, this tech completely changes a character's role from being just a static prop to a dynamic collaborator. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question. What kind of stories are we going to create when the characters themselves are no longer just reading a script, but are actively helping us write it?